Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Hello everyone, good evening. I hope that I'm audible to you guys. If you have any issues with the audio or the video, guys, please do let me know. Hello everyone. I hope that I'm live right now, guys. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, guys, please let me know. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. All okay? Okay, great. No issues. That's great then. Everything is perfect. Okay, so how was your day, guys? How was your day? Everything is fine. That's great. So how was your day, guys? Good, good, must. Not bad. Nice. That's great. Rain. That's a problem with everybody, I think, so right now. Okay. Hectic. That's great, guys. That's great. Okay, so can somebody let me know what are the different things that we learned in our yesterday's class, guys? Can somebody let me know what was the different things that we have learned in our yesterday's class, guys? My day was also like nice. Like it was a bit hectic for me because after office I had to take up a class from 5 o'clock. Then that class ended at 7:30. So that was like 2.5 hours of class right over there. And we are having this class right now, so it will be like 1 hour of class right now as well. So yeah, today's day is really something for me as well. Okay. So yes, we studied about variables, we studied about Python, print statement, rules, sneak cases. I think so you're talking about snake case. Okay, not sneak, it's snake. Snake as in the cobra. Okay, as in Python. Okay, great. So yeah, why we use Python? Yes, we studied about it yesterday. That's great. Okay. Uh Python and deep learning has already been scheduled for 10 o'clock, guys, today. If you guys will look at the YouTube channel, you will be able to see that we have already scheduled it for you guys. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay. So today we are going to continue from right over there. We'll be using the same notebook, the same notes that were available tomorrow as well. Okay, Naveen, like I said, for Python and deep learning, it has already been scheduled for today 10 p.m. Just look at our website right over here. Okay, not the website, the YouTube channel. Let me just open up the YouTube channel right now. Okay, so YouTube channel. And there inside of the YouTube channel, you will be able to see that we have scheduled the Python and deep learning for you guys. Let me just check the videos. So Python and deep learning portfolio project making has already been scheduled for you guys, as you're able to see right over here at 10 o'clock. Okay, so that will be our bootcamp right over there as well. Along with the same, guys, for tomorrow at 3 o'clock, we are going to release a 5 hour long entire video that will be covering up C++ from the most basics, the most advanced level. The only prerequisite is English. It has been taken up by two people. One is from Barclays and the other one is from Cisco. So it will be an amazing thing that if you guys are able to attend it, okay, from 3 o'clock, it is definitely very helpful for you guys. We'll be covering the entire C++ from scratch, okay, to the most advanced level. So that will be something that I would like you guys to attend and gain more knowledge of. And if this is a success, from day after tomorrow we'll be starting off with Java as well. Okay, again from the most basics to the most advanced level. So that is what we have thought of as of this particular moment. Let's see if that's a success or not. Okay. Okay. Naman, are you able to listen to me carefully, guys? Naman, is my voice audible to you? Naman, I'm telling to you guys, is my voice audible to Naman? Naman, is my voice audible? Naman, is my voice audible? I'm just asking to Naman itself. Like Naman is asking about deep learning. I just said it like 2 seconds ago. Naman, is my voice audible to you? Yes. So Naman is able to listen to me carefully. So Naman, as you're able to see from our YouTube channel itself, the Python and deep learning project entire thing has been scheduled from 10 o'clock right over here. Okay, so that is going to happen. Python and deep learning, we're going to have it from 10 o'clock. Okay. Okay, from 10 o'clock itself. Okay, as you're able to see, it's from 10 o'clock. Okay, so we have already I've already liked it as well. So it's from 10 o'clock, Navan. I hope that you are able to see this. Okay, great. Shoo. So I'll be introducing you guys to our CEO today. So many of you are new to this particular bootcamp and new to DevTown as well. So we always believe that women are the best, and our CEO is also a woman itself. So we'll definitely like you guys to meet her. She's a very knowledgeable person. Okay, she I don't know why, but she only knows two stuff. But still, she's a very knowledgeable person. So I will definitely like you guys to meet her. Okay, at the end of today's class. Uh, okay, her name is Susie. She's an international person, and okay, great. So Parth Parekh has said, guys, don't attend this. He has no knowledge. Definitely, Parth, I have no knowledge. Like Google selected me for their program because I had no knowledge. I worked in 4 different companies before this because I have no knowledge. Okay. Can we have a recap? Ritesh, that was the recap about what we have studied in our previous class. Okay, so can we start off with our today's class, guys? Okay, I thought I will be starting at 5 minutes. It's always 7. Can we start off with our today's class, guys? Please let me know. And guys, if there is some person in the live chat, who has some questions or something like that, please just help them out with the same. Okay, I don't want to interrupt the class again and again to be able to answer that properly. So please be a bit helpful for me, and please try to answer them if you get some time. And please focus upon the class. Okay, we will be doing a many number of things right now. Okay, don't worry about it. I will just write in the live chat about the deep learning class so that people who are having questions or something like that, they are able to see. Deep learning. Let me just pin this up. Okay, so can you please organize all videos according to playlist, according to beginning to advanced Python? Can you organize? Okay, so Astra, we will be doing that after we have completed with Java. So right now we have released C++. From day after tomorrow, we'll be starting off with Java. Once Java is over, then we'll be releasing it for Python as well as JavaScript. Okay, so we are doing it line by line. Let's get started, guys. We won't be wasting any more time. Let me just open up your collab right over here. So we are using the exact same notebook from tomorrow, guys. The same notes we are going to cover up right over here. For those who don't know how to open this up, in yesterday's class, we have already shown it to you guys. Okay, we can continue it from right over there itself. So we have covered up Python, we have covered up variables, multiple assignment operators, variable naming conventions. We have covered up a lot of different things right over here. So we are going to start it from right over here. Am I right, guys? Let me just open up the live chat on my mobile phone so that I'm able to see your live chat as well. Give me a second. Let me just open up the live chat. Yes, attendance is there on a daily basis, guys. Were you not there in yesterday's class? Like in yesterday's class, I've already explained everything. So the chat is getting again crowded with unnecessary stuff. Let me just change it to subscribers, any duration, slow mode. Let me reduce the slow mode to, let's say, 30 seconds. That I think so should be more than it. Save. Okay, so let's get started, guys. So right over here, I'm writing rent is equals to 1,700. Okay, rent is equals to 1,700, and then in the next line, I'm writing rent is equals to 2,000 rupees. Okay, then this is equals to 2,000 rupees right over here. So what is happening is that 1,700. Okay, the 1,700 that was kept inside the box called as rent, I'm taking it out, and then I'm putting up 2,000 inside of the box. Okay, I'm taking 1,700 out of the box and I'm putting 2,000 back inside the box. Now that 1,700 is lost to me forever. I cannot get that 1,700 rupees back. Okay, so I can now, the value that is stored inside of my rent is 2,000 rupees. The value that is stored right now inside of the variable called as rent is 2,000 rupees. Okay, so this is called as overwriting the variable. This process is called as overwriting a variable. That is, when a new value is assigned to a variable, the old one is forgotten. Okay, when a new value is assigned to a variable, the old one is forgotten. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. If I'm having rent is equal to 1,700, if I'm writing rent is equal to 2,000 after that, then 1,700 is taking out from the box and 2,000 is put up inside the box. The 1,700 is now forgotten. I cannot get that 1,700 back. Okay, so this process is called as overwriting the variable. Okay, that is, when a new value is assigned to a variable, the old one is forgotten. Now these words, these are technical terms. Okay, so you need to remember these technical terms, guys. Okay, so please remember this correctly. Okay. Okay, great. Everybody is able to understand it as well. Great. So let's move on to the next particular thing. Right over here, we are having rent is equal to 1,700. Then rent is equal to 2,000 rupees. Now rent is equal to rent plus 700. So what is happening right over here is we are adding 700 to the value of rent. Okay. So what will be the answer, guys? What will be the answer? Can somebody let me know if I'm printing rent in this? What will be the answer, guys? 2,700 rupees. Okay, because 700 is getting added to the value of rent, that is 2,000. So 2,700 is getting stored inside of our rent variable. Now instead of writing this, okay, instead of writing it as rent is equal to rent plus 700, okay, you can instead of that write it the exact same line as rent plus is equals to 700. Rent plus is equals to 700. Guys, you can write the exact same line. This line and this line has the same meaning. This line and this line has the same meaning. Okay, that is rent is equal to rent plus 700. Instead of that, you directly write it as rent plus is equal to 700. This line basically means that you want to increment the value on the left by the value on the right. You want to increment the value on the left by the value that is present on the right hand side. So that is how you can like just like instead of writing it as rent is equal to rent plus 700, you can write it as rent plus is equals to 700. Okay, rent plus is equals to 700. For example, there's one more thing that is called as a comment in Python. Okay, so what is a comment? For example, this particular line of code, I don't want it to be as a line of code itself. Okay, so I can just put up a hash in front of it. I can just put up a hash in front of it. Okay, so when you're putting up a hash in front of a line of code, that code is now getting converted into a comment. Okay, so what is a comment? Comment is a piece of text inside your code, a piece of text inside your code. Now this is not something that the Python will be looking at. Python ignores all your comments. Python ignores all your comments because that comment is meant to be like something that it is for you. Okay, it's not for Python to see. Comment is something that is present for you. Okay, you're commenting something. Okay, so this is not a piece of code. Anything that is written after a hash, that is not a piece of code. Okay, that is not a piece of code. That is basically something that is like just a text. Okay, just a text, some additional information that you want to write it for yourself. Okay, so if I'm running this particular line of code, so it will not compute this line because this is a comment. It will not compute this line. It is a comment right over here. Okay, so it will just give us the answer as 2,700. It will just give us the answer. Answer is 2700 because rent plus equals to 700. That is now a comment. Okay, that is now a comment. It is done to, yes, that's absolutely clever, Vidya. Okay, to understand well for the reader itself. It's a comment right over there. Okay. Exactly, Siddharth. Comment is just to understand us what we will be doing next or what you have done right over there. Okay, it's for your future references. Okay, it's not code. So now, as you're able to see, we are getting 2700 if you are using rent is equal to rent plus 700. If I'm commenting this out and I'm uncommenting this out, okay, so this will give us the same answer. That is 2700 once again. Okay. Rent plus is equals to 700 is the exact same meaning as rent is equals to rent plus 700. This is called as a shorthand notation. Okay, rent plus is equals to 700 is called as a shorthand notation. So you're writing rent is equals to rent plus 700. In short, you can write it as rent plus is equals to 700. In the similar way, you can do it for the rest of the things as well. For example, rent is equal to rent minus 700. You can write it as rent minus is equals to 700. Okay, if you want to do rent is equals to rent multiplied by 700. Okay, you can write it as rent multiplied by equal to 700. If you want to do it as rent divide is equals to rent divided by 700, you can write it as rent divided by equal to 700. So all these have the same meaning. Okay, all these have the same meaning. Okay. What the fuck? Aditya, we are doing numbers right now. We are doing integers right now. We are not dealing with strings. So please be patient. We will be learning about concatenation at a later point of time. Not right now. Right now, focus upon this multiplication, addition, division, and subtraction itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Okay, so great. Let us move on to the next particular topic right over here. Okay. Next, we are going to learn about the different data types that are present in Python. Now, as you are able to see, there are many kind of data that is present in Python. That some of them are numbers, some of them are decimal points, some of them are like characters itself. So all these different data are having its own type, its own properties, its own method associated with them. So this data is being classified into different data types right over there. Okay. So for example, one of the first data types that we are going to learn about is integers and floats. Now, integers, so far, the numbers that we have dealt with were mostly whole numbers or integers, but you must have noticed that there are some other kind of numbers that exist as well. For example, there are like numbers that isn't quite an integer. For example, 3.14, this is not a whole number, it's a decimal number itself. So for example, these numbers are represented as something called as floats in Python. So let us look at that as well right now. For example, if you are doing 3 divided by 2, 3 and 2, okay, 3 divided by 2 right over here is a decimal. So both 3 and 2 are integers. Okay, 3 and 2 are whole numbers. But when I'm running this particular line of code, I'm getting a value that isn't quite a whole number. It's 1.5. It's a decimal number itself. Numbers with a decimal point, such as 1.5 or 3.14, are called as floating point number of floats. Okay, in short, floating point numbers of floats in short. Okay, now note that even though the number 42, for example, 42 is an integer, but 42.0 will be a floating point number. And if two integers are divided, then also we get a float as an answer. Okay, so for example, right over here, if I'm dividing two integers together, I'm still getting a float as an answer. If you are writing 42.0 as well or 3.0 as well, although that is a whole number when you're talking about maths, but in Python that will be counted as a floating point number. Anything that has a decimal point is called as a floating point number in Python. Anything without a decimal point is called as an integer in Python. Okay. So right over here, you can even use a particular, so for example, an inbuilt method, an inbuilt function in Python is called as a type. Okay, you can use type to check up the data type of any object in Python. Okay, so for example, right over here, we are having a is equals to 3. Okay, we are having a is equals to 3 right over here. That's an integer. We already know that. We are having b is equals to 2.5. We also know that 2.5 is a floating point number, okay? But when we are typing type of A, okay, what is the type of A? What is the data type of A? What is the type of B? What is the data type of B? We are able to see that the data type of A is int, or the shorthand notation for integer, short form for integer itself. Whereas the short form for B, that is a floating point number, is a float. Again, guys, just go back to your mathematics, okay, basic mathematics, your 5th or 6th standard mathematics itself. Anything that is a decimal is called a decimal number. Anything that has not a decimal point is called a floating, is called as an integer. Similar to that, right over here in Python, is that decimals are called as floats and normal integers are called as integers. Again, the same concept, 5th standard mathematics. Nothing new right over there, okay? Nothing new right over there, okay? Okay, so as you're able to see, we are able to print, okay, the type of A. As you're able to see, type is a particular function that prints out the type, okay, gives out the type, data type of a particular object. So data type of A is an integer, data type of B is a float. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. We call integers for numbers which is 12, 34, 56, 78, etc. For float which is having point for the 56.3, 3.4 or even 12.0 as well. Okay, 7th, 10.0 as well. That will also be counted as a float itself. Okay, are you guys able to understand up till here? Please let me know. Great, amazing, guys, amazing. Okay. So the next thing that you need to understand is you can convert an integer to a float and a float to an integer as well. Okay, you can convert a floating point number to an integer and an integer number to a floating point number as well. So if I'm decreasing the size of my screen, Sumant, then you will not be able to see the text clearly. And whatever it's written, I'm actually like trying to like say it orally as well. So if you are listening to me, you will be able to understand it. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, so right over here, to convert an integer, so 3 is an integer, guys. 3 is an integer. If I want to convert it into a floating point number, so I just have to write float in front of it. Okay, I just have to write float in front of it, and that will convert my integer to float. Okay, so converting an integer to float is just that you are putting 0.0 after it. Okay, you're putting 0.0 after it. So if you're converting 3 to float, 3 is an integer, you're creating it into a float itself, you're right, the answer would be 3.0. Okay, the answer would be 3.0. Similarly, if you're converting a floating point number, like 28.9 or 28.4 or 28.5 or 28.6 to an integer, the answer would always be 28. Everything after the decimal point will be removed. You're not rounding it off. You're just converting it into an integer. Okay, so right over here, you just have to remove everything after the decimal point. Anything, if it is 28.4, 28.5, 28.0, 28.9, 28.8, anything that is there after the decimal point, you just remove it, and that is how you'll be able to convert it into an integer itself. Okay, so if I'm running this particular line of code, you are able to see that we're getting 3.0 and 28 being printed on our screen. I'm so sorry, Sevant, if I was not able to pronounce your name correctly. Okay. Okay. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Okay, again, I'm just reminding you guys that never tell, please repeat. Okay, if you have any doubts, any queries, write the exact thing that you're not able to understand. Okay, so for example, I'm not able to understand why 28 got converted into 28.9 got converted into 28. Why not 29? Because you're not rounding it off. You're converting a float to an integer. That conversion is basically removing everything after the decimal point. I don't care what it is. Just remove everything after the decimal point. That's how you are able to convert a float to an integer. Okay, great, guys. Okay, so now this is a particular thing that is something that you will not be finding in any particular course or anything like that. Okay, if you are reading through like Python and in a particular book or something like that, or you are like really like working with Python for a very long period of time, only then you will be able to notice this. Okay, so you need to understand that floats are an approximation to the number they represent. First of all, get this sentence into your head, like engraved into your head, that floats are an approximation to the number they represent. Okay, so let's try to understand this via the drawing itself. Let us take the black color right over here, the pencil. Okay. So right over here, like I said, floats are an approximation to the number they represent. For example, if I'm writing something like 0.23, 0.23, this is a float number, am I right, guys? This is a floating point number, am I right? This is a floating point number, guys. Please let me know. Again, Rambhu, I've told you almost 5 times up till now, we are not rounding it off. We need to convert it into an integer. I don't care which is the nearest integer. I'll just remove everything after the decimal point. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, 0.23 is a floating point number. But when it is stored inside of Python, inside the memory, although you are not able to see this, but inside the memory, 0.23 is stored as 0.23 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 2 3, a little bit, like a very minute bit greater than the actual value. This is how Python is storing it inside the memory itself. It is storing it. So 0.23 is actually an approximation to the number it represents. Inside the memory, inside Python, inside the your computer itself, Python is storing 0.23 as this particular number. A little bit, a very, very, very less than what it actually is. Okay, what is actually is. Now why is that the case? Why is that the case? So for example, if you're dividing 0.23 by, let's say, 467, okay, 467, or you are multiplying 0.23 multiplied by 0.5898, okay, in this particular case, Python needs Python needs to maintain the precision of the number itself. Okay, Python needs to maintain the precision of the number itself. For example, when you are dividing it, it needs to maintain 0.00005895. This is a number that it has to give it back to you. Or if you are multiplying two decimal points, again it has to maintain that many number of precisions and able to give it back, that number back to you. So that precision that you are having, okay, that precision that you are having right over there, okay, precision. Okay, how do I explain the meaning of precision? The number of decimal points, how accurate your answer is, up till how many decimal points your answer is accurate. Okay, that is called as precision. Okay, how many decimal points can your like division, multiplication answer up to? So that is called as precision. To be able to make sure that your answers are as precise as possible. Okay, how many like number of decimal points that it can go up to, your answer can go up to, that is called as precision. To maintain that, that is the reason why Python stores 0.23 a little bit greater than what it actually is. Are you guys able to understand that? Please let me know. I think so. On the first day, I have made it very clear to you guys that just attending the classes will give you the DevTown certificate. You have to submit a project, and after that project has been submitted, we'll be crossing referencing that project, and then the certificates will be given to you. And the entire process takes about 2 to 3 weeks to send out a certificate. Okay, it's not that today I've submitted the project, tomorrow you'll be getting the project certificate. I'm a human being. I also need time to go through the projects, check whether you have made a mistake, you have submitted something else or not. I'm a human being as well. It will take me some time. Then we'll send that list of students to Google and Microsoft to cross a reference set. They will then give us the certificate that, okay, these students can be given the certificates. So it takes up time for us to send out the certificates. And if you guys want, I've already showed it to you guys yesterday on LinkedIn as well. We have already sent out the certificates for our previous boot camps. It takes some time. I don't know why, like, these people, I like literally I try to ignore them, like literally, like their comments are coming up, I'm like, fuck it. I don't even want to talk about it, because like I know these people, like especially Indians. I'm also an Indian, of course I also know about me myself. So like, what is the right term to you, like entitled? Okay, so entitled, so fucking entitled Indian students are. Like any type of a little bit of inconvenience has happened to them, they are like कि अरे अरे ये तो क्या हो गया भाई, चोर 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 चोर, thief 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 thief. And this is not how the corporate world works. It takes time. We have to also jump through different loops to get you the certificate. I'm like, fuck it, man. I have a lot of time. I have a lot of work to do. I don't want to like give attention to these people. Okay, so precision, try to understand it in such a case. Okay, try to understand in such a case that precision basically means up till how many points. Okay, up till how many points, how many decimal points do you want your answer to be precise up to? Okay, you want your answer to be precise up to. Okay, so that is called as precision. To maintain that precision, it stores the value a little bit greater than what it actually is. Okay, a little bit greater than what it actually is. Now precision, like I'm not able to make sure like how you will be able to understand. Like, see, if I'm having just, if I'm up till how many decimal points can my answer come across? Okay, if I'm dividing it by 467, up till how many decimal points? Okay, after how many decimal points like I can give the answer to. So that I can only maintain if I'm storing all these decimal points up till the last digit. I'm able to give only that up till the last digit itself. I have to store it. Only then I will be able to give the precise answer. Okay, that is the reason why they store the numbers as like 0.2300000123. Okay, that is how the, now those who are not able to understand precision, no issues in that. Okay, you don't have to understand why like it stores. Just remember this, that just engrave it into your mind that because Python wants to maintain the precision of its answers, that is how many decimal points. Okay, the meaning of precision is basically up till how many decimal points can you give me the answer. That is precision. If you're not able to understand this, like how many decimal points can you give me the answer to, then dude, you have to go back to your first standard and start studying maths once again. Precision is basically the technical term of how many decimal points can you give me the answer up to. Can you give me the answer up to 32 decimal points? Can you give me the answer up to 16 decimal points? Okay, so that is called as precision. That is called as precision. Okay, to maintain that, okay, it needs to store that many number of decimal points as well. To be able to get the answer up to that number of decimal points, it has to store that as well. So that is how these floats basically function. Now, even if you're not able to understand, don't worry. We'll look at an example. Okay, we'll right now look at an example about how to test. So never take anything to its face value. If I've said that, it stores it for precision, floats are basically an approximation to the number they represent. Like, don't take it up to the face value. We need to check that as well. We need to validate it as well. Okay, so we'll be going back to our code and we'll be validating it. So right over here, what I've done it, I have calculated 0.23. I've added 0.23 up till 30 times. I've added 0.23 up till 30 times. I've added 0.23 30 times. Can somebody let me know? Okay, can somebody let me know what will be the value? What is the answer of 0.23 added 30 times? Can somebody let me know? Can somebody let me know what is the like, if I'm adding 0.23 30 times, what will be the answer? Exactly, Munib Ahmed Bali. That's absolutely correct. Okay, that is 6.9. Okay, 6.9. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, this is 6.9 right over here. According to what my mathematics in my mind is saying, that 0.23 added 30 times is 6.9. So it should be equal to 6.9 as well. It should be equal to 6.9 as well. Now equal to is basically an operation that basically checks whether the value present on the left hand side is equal to the value present on the right hand side or not. It basically checks the value is present on the left hand side is equal to the value present on the right hand side or not. Okay, and if it is equal, it produces the result as true. If it is not equal, it produces the result as false. Okay, so according to me, 0.23 added 30 times should be equal to 6.9. 6.9 should be equal to 6.9 again. Should be true according to me, according to my mathematical knowledge. But when I'm running this particular line of code, the answer I'm getting is false. The answer that I'm getting is false right over here. Okay, so let's check what the answer is. If I'm adding 0.23 30 times, let's check what the answer is. The answer that we are able to get is 6.900000000000006. So I'm getting the answer a bit more than 6.9. Okay, but this is enough for Python to determine that this cannot be ignored. Okay, this cannot be ignored right over there. Okay, so as you're able to understand this, according to Python, if even this is a so small a difference, that Python cannot ignore it. Okay, Python cannot ignore it. This is not equal to 6.9. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Now, why is this 6 happening? Why are we getting this 6? Like, according to us, 0.3 added 30 times should be equal to 6.9 exactly. Why are we getting this 6 at the very end? Okay, for that we need to go back to our drawing board. Like I said, 0.23, okay, that is saved inside the memory, is saved at a bit greater than 1.2, like 0.23, a bit greater than 0.23, but it is like Python usually ignores it. Okay, Python usually ignores it, like it's just too small a notice to check. So if you are doing like 0.23 equal to 0.23, it will always give you the true value itself, because that is a very small difference to check right over there. But what happens next is that right over here, when you're adding 0.23 30 times, every single 0.23 that is there, control A, delete. If you're adding 0.23 30 times, 0.23 plus 0.23 is equals to 0.46 0.46. The 1 2 3 at the very end, the 1 2 3 at the very end also got added up. And when you're doing this 30 times, the point comes when it is 6.900000006 right over here. And this becomes such a great difference that Python is not able to ignore it. This is not very small right now. This is big for Python. So Python is not able to ignore it anymore. And hence it is not equivalent to 6.9. Okay. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. The guy is able to understand this. Please let me know, guys. When you're adding 0.23 30 times, that small increment to 0.23 also got added up 30 times, and then the value becomes much more than that. That we cannot ignore. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. You guys are so smart. Great. So now the problem comes that, so I understood it. I also understood it. I'm like, hey, dude, like I'm able to understand. So floats are an approximation to the number they represent. Yes. So if you are adding them multiple times, the value gets bigger. We are getting false right over here. But what if I'm writing the same thing as 0.23 multiplied by 30? Multiplied by 30 equal to 6.9. What will be the answer, guys? If I'm checking if 0.23 multiplied by 30 is equals to 6.9, what will be the answer, guys? usually when you are doing calculations, scientific calculations in Python, like these calculations, you don't care about it. Like even if it's like a millionth of a decimal point a problem, like you don't give a fuck about it. Okay, but when you're dealing with like scientific computations, then you have packages like SciPy, okay, or packages like NumPy that you use right over there. They don't have this approximation wala stuff. Okay, if it is 0.23, it is fucking 0.23, not a single decimal more than that. So there are packages that handle that for you, but in normal Python you don't care about it anymore. Okay, so according to us, like what we studied, like floats are an approximation to the number they represent, blah blah blah. So according to us, when we run this particular line of code, we should get false as our answer, but when you are running this, we are getting true. When you are running this, we are getting true as the answer. What happened right over here? So this is where Python is able to put an approximation. Python is able to do a calculation, a particular optimization over what it is doing. So what happens right over here is when you're writing 0.23 added 30 times. Okay, when you're doing 0.23 plus 0.23 plus 0.23, Python does not know. Python is not able to understand that you are adding 0.23, the same number 30 times. Python does not know that, because at once it will be able to see only two values. Okay, if you're going to right over here, if you are Python, okay, if you are doing that calculation, so 0.23 plus 0.23, that is the first thing that you will be able to see, that is 0.46. Then next you are able to see 0.23. So now you are only able to see this much. Are these two values equal? No. So Python is not able to do any type of optimization right over there. It does the calculations. It just does the calculations continuously. So it is continuously keep on adding up the decimal points, the optimization, the ending points as well. So that is a problem with Python. But when you are doing multiplication, 0.23 multiplied by 30, Python is able to see that, okay, multiplication means that I have to do the exact same thing. It already knows that you have to add 0.23 30 times. It already knows that. So there it is able to do an approximation. That it is able to do an optimization. That whatever the number is, I will ignore everything after that. After every addition, I will just delete everything from the decimal points and put it back as 0.000123. And again put it back as 0.0. So there it is able to do an optimization. Here there is no optimization possible because Python isn't that smart that it is able to figure out that you are adding the same number 30 times. But with multiplication in just one line, you are able to understand that as well. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Great, amazing. So let's move on from right over here. The next particular data type that we are going to see is the Boolean data type. Okay, the Boolean data type is another data type that is commonly used in Python. Bool is the short form for Boolean data type. Okay, it has two values, either true or false. Okay, so this Boolean data type actually you have already seen in your physics. I don't remember in which standard it was, but do you remember the and or gates? Do you remember the and or gates, guys? Do you remember the and or gates in physics? You are having the 1 and 0 values right over there, the binary values, either it can be 0 or 1. And so 0 and 1 represented in Python, 1 is represented as true and 0 is represented as false. Okay, 1 is represented as true and 0 is represented as false. Okay, so the same thing occurs inside of your Python as well. So that is something that we have already studied in our physics class, so it will be very easy for you guys to understand it as well. Okay, so again, Boolean only has two values. Okay, that is 1 and 0, that is true and false. Boolean algebra is the framework upon which all the electronic devices are built and exist fundamentally. All your digital devices that are there anywhere around the world, everything is fundamentally based upon these Boolean values, that is ones and zeros. Okay, so in Python you can create a Boolean value. Okay, in Python you can create a Boolean value as you write the variable name and then you can assign the true value. So T is capital, T and F is capital out there. Okay, so true and false, as simple as that. These are the two Boolean values that are there right now. Okay, so for example, right over here we can use comparison operators. Okay, we can use comparison operators to compare two values and produce a Boolean result as well. Okay, so right over here, if you are able to see 3 greater than 1, is 3 greater than 1, guys? Is 3 greater than 1, guys? Yes, 3 is greater than 1. So this will represent as true. Okay, this will give you an answer as true. The value of A is true. Let's 3 is greater than 1. So the answer is true right over here. Is 3 greater than equal to 1? Yes, 3 is greater than equal to 1 as well. This is called as comparison operator. Okay, so if you are running this particular line of code, as you are able to see, you are getting true printed out right over here. Again, if you are using like, is 3 less than 1? Is 3 less than 1? No, 3 is not less than 1. So when you are running this, you are getting false as an answer, that 3 is not less than 1. You're getting 3 is less than equal to 1. No, 3 is not less than equal to 1. Again, if you are running this particular line of code, you're getting false as an answer. You want to check if both the values present on the left hand side and the right hand side are equal. Okay, if both the values present on the left hand side and the right hand side are equal, you use equal to equal to. So is 3 equal to 1? Is 3 equal to 1, guys? No, 3 is not equal to 1. So if I'm running this particular line of code, we'll get false as our answer once again. Is 3 not equal to 1? The symbol for not equal to, okay, right over here. Is 3 not equal to 1, guys? Okay, 3 is not equal to 1. So that's true. Okay, 3 is not equal to 1. That's true. So these are all the comparison operators that compare two values to produce a Boolean result. Okay, they compare two values to produce a Boolean result right over here. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. So these are called as comparison operators. Less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to. So these are all comparison operators. Again, something very basic from your childhood, nothing too complicated about it. Okay, simple to understand. Okay, so I think so there should be any problem with anybody right over here. Okay, next thing that we are having is your Boolean operations. Okay, your and, or, not. Okay, all these that you are having right over here. For example, let us see rent is equal to 1200. We are having rent is equal to 1200. So let's replace all the values of rent. Okay, so rent will be replacing here, will be replacing here as well. So is 1200 greater than 1000, guys? Is 1200 greater than 1000? Yes, 1200 is greater than 1000 right over here. So we will be able to have true right over here. So true. Okay, then you are having 1200 is less than 2000. 1200 is less than 2000 right over here. Yes, so we will be having true right over here as well. So if you are having 1 and 1, true is represented by 1. Okay, if you are having 1 and 1 or true and true, so what will be the answer, guys? If you are having true and true, what will be the answer? If you are having true and true, if you are having true on both the sides, guys, what will be the answer, guys? True. That's absolutely clever, guys. The answer would be true. So true right over here as well. So is affordable should be true. The answer of is affordable should be true right over here. So let us look at the code once again. So if you are running this particular line of code, you are able to see that we are getting true as our answer. We are getting true as our answer. Similar to the AND gate, you are having the NOT gate as well. So we already know that the answer of this is true. We already know that the answer of this is true right over here. We can directly replace it as true. So what is not true? What is not true, guys? Please let me know. What is not true? Guys, what is not true? That's absolutely clever, guys. If it's like not 1, then it's 0. Okay, so this will be replaced by false. Okay, this will be replaced by false right over here. So the answer should be false. Okay, so let us look at the code once again. Let us run this particular line of code. As you're able to see, we are getting false as our answer. We are getting false as our answer right over here. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Great, amazing, guys. The next data structure that we want to understand is strings. Okay, the next data structure that we want to understand is strings itself. So we'll do strings tomorrow. Okay, I'm a bit tired today. That's the reason why we'll have the class for 1.5 hours tomorrow, and we'll complete these strings tomorrow itself. Okay, so please be ready for the same, guys. There's a lot that we have to do tomorrow. Okay, yeah, I'm a bit tired as well. Okay, so I will just like bring Susie. Okay, so you guys can meet the official owner of DevTown, the CEO of DevTown as well. Okay, so I'll just introduce you to Susie and we'll then end the class today. Will that be fine with everybody? Will that be fine with everybody? Guys, please do let me know. Okay, so let me bring in Susie right now. अच्छा, Lucky. आजा, 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 आजा. Come here. Hey, hey, Morty. Come, everybody wants to meet you. Come. So this is the official owner of DevTown. Acha, 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 acha. No issues. Say hi to everybody. So this is the official owner of DevTown. Her name is Susie. She's the Chief Entertainment Officer. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Hello. She is the Chief Entertainment Officer of DevTown. You want to go? You go? Okay. So I hope that you were able to meet Susie as well. She's a darling. Okay. Okay, so I will show you guys the attendance link for today, guys. Okay. Okay. Give me a second. I will just create the attendance link for today. So she is right now, I think, how old are you? 7 to 8 months. She's 7 to 8 months old. But yeah, she is the official owner of DevTown. Like we have literally like made her the chief entertainment officer for our company. Like there should be something fun right over here in the company as well. So we are like, yeah, there's nothing more fun than having a dog. Okay. Uh, Let me just create today's attendance form for you guys. Guys, it's one more thing. Like you guys are able to enjoy the class. Am I right? You guys are able to enjoy the class. She's the one who works the most hard. Okay, from all of us. I'm here. I'm here. Okay. Give me 2 minutes, Baba. Let the bootcamp get over. Are you guys able to enjoy the class? Like, are you able to understand everything and enjoy the class, guys? Please do let me know. I hope that you guys are able to enjoy the class as well. So, because like I saw that like almost 30 to 40% of the people attending the bootcamp do not like the video or like do not subscribe to the channel as well. I will just request you guys, it will take you like a minute or two to do that. If you guys have a minute or two on your hands, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us a lot. Okay, let me just show you that the QR code for today. Check if everything is working properly. Muskan, the notes have been shared for yesterday's class itself. In yesterday's, the first day of the class itself, I've shared the notes down in the description of the video itself for the first day of the class. You can get the notes from right over there, okay? Day 2 July. Download. So this is the QR code right over here. Okay, this is the QR code right over here, guys. And you can scan the QR code for your attendance link as well. Dude, I'm not married. Like, I'm just a kid. Okay. That's great, guys. We'll meet tomorrow again. Okay. So at the same time, tomorrow we'll be having a little bit longer class for 1.5 hours, and then we'll continue from right over there. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.